Like if you're a mom, put your child there and be like, if it was my daughter who was being treated like this and she came to me with this story, how would I react? Would I still tell her, oh, forgive this man, go and pray for him?
That's a good one. That's a good one. You could be willing to sacrifice you as yourself.
You as yourself.
Yeah. But for you to like have a sober mind,
yes.
Put someone else in that position, someone you care about. I love that.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Love Corner show. I'm your host Janet Kaluki. In case you're new here, welcome to the Chat Corner, a segment of the show whereby we share opinions and stories regarding love, that is romantic relationships, friendships, marriage, parenthood, and life in general. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing some of the red flags that Sophia might have missed or ignored in an episode termed as Sophia and Bumpy aired on So This Is Love podcast. I know most of you might have watched this or listened to this episode, and you know what I'm talking about. And for those who haven't watched or listened to it, don't worry, I got you covered because I'm going to put or link that episode in the description box. And without further ado, allow me to allow my beautiful guest today introduce herself.
Hi, Love Corner Show audience. My name is Michelle Naisae. I'm glad to have been invited to maybe exchange a few insights on Sophia and Bumpy. Happy to be here. Looking forward to a very exciting and educative discussion.
All right. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I feel happy to have you here.
Yeah.
So how was the experience for you when you were watching or listening to the, to the episode, to the podcast, especially this one, Sophia and Bumpy?
To be honest, I had heard of Jules' podcast, but I had not taken time to listen to it. But the moment I saw everywhere just Sophia and Bumpy, I went to listen. And I was listening to it late in the night. The whole night, I was just sitting and standing. There were a lot of what? Throughout the episode, and also stopping the podcast and checking whether this is real or fiction. But today we are not here to say, the what and how could that happen. We're just here to maybe pick a few insights from it, learn from it.
Yeah, definitely. We are not here to judge Sophia, though that's what I was feeling when I was watching it. I had a lot of judgment towards her. I was like, what the hell? Because it's like, have you heard of this saying that says, whatever you're not changing, you're choosing? I feel like Sophia, it's like you're choosing this, you're choosing to
over and over.
Yeah, over and over. Yeah, because this guy is showing you all this. As in, the more I was listening to it, the more I was so mad at her. And then I realized, like, oh, cool up, because maybe I wasn't in her shoes. Yeah, and me not being in her shoes, maybe it could have been easier for me to judge.
Yes, looking from the outside it's always easier to judge. And also, please forget Sophia is just 20 years old by the time all this is happening. What could we do as a 20-year-old?
There's nothing.
Sophia moved out at 20. If someone told me to move out at 20, I mean, what was I going to do with my life?
Nothing. She was young. Okay, yeah. So, like we said, we're not here to judge her. Yeah, but I also felt, I really also struggled to listen to it. Yeah, because I felt so bad.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so much. She had to go through a lot just because of love. Yeah.
And in such a short period, you would think all that would happen over a span of 5 years, 10 years. Did it even take a year? Or maybe 1 year and a half?
And a half, almost two.
Or almost two.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Too much.
Too
soon.
But at last, she eventually, gathered the courage to walk away. And I was so happy for her.
Well, personally, I think I want to know what happens maybe in the next 5 years, because we are told you need to leave and you need to stay gone. And she had tried to leave. They had broken up, I think, twice, and the man just wormed his way back to her life. So I think I will be relieved 5 years from now when I hear Sophia never went back to Bumpy. There's that too.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So, what are some of the red flags that you might have seen, or when you are listening to the podcast, you might have noted? Yeah.
Well, they're not just flags; those are like red sheets. that fits.
They're just written. It's like a writing on the wall.
Exactly. Oh, the whole wall is red.
Danger, danger, danger everywhere.
Yes, yes, yes. For me, honestly, the very first red flag was
Mhm.
the love bombing.
Mhm.
Bumpy found Sophia expectant for another man, but
Yeah.
Bumpy just whizzed in like the knight in shining armor, was taking her to the clinic, was, with her on the day of the abortion, was
Mhm.
bringing her fruits. And I
Mm.
mean, you've just met me. I'm
Yeah.
from another relationship. I even was carrying his baby.
Someone's baby. Someone
Yes.
else's baby.
How do you just be comfortable and take over as if we've known each other? If Bumpy was her friend before, I'd
Mhm.
be thinking, yeah, that's support from a
Mhm.
friend.
Yeah.
But a stranger, I just
Mhm.
feel like that was like love bombing.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
mm,
yeah, yeah.
mm, mm.
That was a lot.
Mm,
I didn't also expect a man, and I
mhm.
feel like men are jealous of,
You know?
you're just here like to rescue someone like
Mm-hmm,
that, and you're not even like thinking about it so
mm-hmm,
much. It's like, oh, it's okay, you're so
mm-hmm,
supportive
mm-hmm,
and caring.
mm-hmm,
Ah,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
yeah, that was too much.
That was too much.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, I remember this time
Mm-hmm,
when Sophia, when they started dating,
mm-hmm,
as in there was a lot of Bumpy had a lot of in they called, as in he wasn't consistent. He was
mm-hmm,
inconsistent
mm-hmm.
because when they started off, it was like all of a sudden he's into her life. He wants to chat to her. He wants to, to take her out. He wants her to come to his place, and suddenly all that changes. Yeah, I'm like, what is happening?
I see exactly where you're going. I
Yeah.
think when we're talking about love bombing, there is that first phase where they call idealization.
Mhm.
Everything is so ideal, it's so perfect. This is the perfect gentleman, and that is
Mhm.
what he was.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, the dropping, he just disappears, or he's cold, or he's unavailable for important matters to
Mhm.
Sophia. So and also the fact that he was now taking her away from her friends, her
Mhm.
family,
Mhm.
and then suddenly drops her. So those are those three phases of love bombing.
Mhm.
Idealization gives
Mhm.
you the perfect one, then devaluing. You remember like the way he used to belittle her,
Yeah.
don't, not never on her side when
Mhm.
she's fighting with the baby mama. So that's devaluation,
Mhm.
and then now eventually the discarding. I mean, then all of when everything is good, one time he
Mhm.
stops communicating, the next minute, oh, my daughter
My
is
daughter
there.
is there.
The next
Where has
minute,
been the daughter? Because they've been dating and the daughter has been there. How
exactly.
comes now there's an excuse of, oh, I can't text you, I can't call you because I want to spend quality time with my daughter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
it
that's the
doesn't make
last part,
sense.
discarding.
Yeah, it doesn't
So
make
those
it
are the
wasn't
three
making
phases.
sense at
Mm,
all.
mm.
Yeah.
Now
And
that's.
then also like him being so defensive when it
Mhm.
came to the baby mama, why was he always on her side? Sophia should have like tried to, even when the baby mama was telling her that, as in, this guy was, I was sleeping at his house.
Yeah, by
She
the
could have just,
way.
tried to get more evidence.
You reminded me. Do you know what Sophia said at that part? She said the girl texted me that I spent the night at
Mm-hmm.
his place,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought to myself, I spent the day with him.
Oh my
Do you know that's what
goodness.
Sophia said?
It was like she was
Consoling
consoling
herself.
herself.
And you got the night, I got the day.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Oh
big,
no.
big, big, big red flag. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't need to look for ways to just feel okay in a
Okay.
relationship that's not fine.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
that
She
was
could have
bad.
just, like, she just went ahead with
Mhm.
whatever Bumpy told her. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, she
This
didn't
is what to do.
investigate. She
Mm.
didn't, find out whether they were like really, really sleeping together.
Speaking of a baby mama, she said the baby mama used to go cook
Yeah.
at Bumpy's
Mm-hmm.
house and now the consolation is that Bumpy was not there when she was going to cook. So I guess it's fine. Bumpy was not there anyway. Why is a baby mama coming to your
Yeah, to
man's
man
house
to cook
to cook?
there.
I think the excuse is that the child, since Bumpy was gonna come home late, the child needed to eat.
Why would baby mama not feed the baby at her place?
Oh,
Amlete akiwa ameshiba.
yes, I'm like a restaurant. Eat and
Yeah.
wait for the man to
To
come,
come,
hand him
yeah.
over his child.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, Bumpy said the baby mama wasn't bringing the child to the house. Bumpy
Yeah.
was the one picking.
Picking.
So it changed. The baby
Oh,
mama would bring the child even when Bumpy is
it's
not
not
there.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know the reason why they broke up the first time was because baby mama was upset that she used to find Sophia's things in
In
Bumpy's house.
yeah.
That's why they broke up the first time. But when someone is still dealing with baby mama drama,
Drama,
please
yeah.
give them space.
Just stay away from them.
Give them space.
Yeah,
They have a whole human being between them.
Yeah.
Who are you? That was
Absolutely. And that shows that maybe they have not like you know, ironed out their issues. They still have like something there.
And there was evidence to that because the baby mama would text her and say and tell Sophia that Sophia is the one who has come between them because they were even planning to get married.
Oh no, yeah.
So
I
it's
remember
clear,
that part.
right?
They still have this, as in for the baby mama, she had like rights. She was protecting her territory. You see, that's how it seems to me.
Yeah.
And Sophia did not like get that.
Yeah. And Bumpy was supporting baby mama.
Yeah.
So that is the hugest red flag.
Yeah, this is your man. And he's not even on your side.
That one. You listen to it and you're like, yeah, that was bad.
That was so bad.
And just along those lines of the baby mama, there was an element of body shaming, which I noted when the baby mama was texting her and telling her, you're too skinny, you need to go to the gym so that you can, have a little mass here and there. And later on, and of course we didn't see Bumpy intervening, but later on we also see Bumpy body shaming her
after she gave birth.
To
their daughter.
Yes. Oh my god, that was so mean. You're the reason why Bumpy was the reason why Sophia's body had changed.
Yeah.
And what changes is he talking about? That she's come from a size, I don't know, 4'6" to a size 10, 12. What's wrong with a size 10, 12?
But at the end of the day, if you become a mom, of course they are going to be changes in your body.
And that was like immediately postpartum. Who knows, her body would bounce back after a few months because of the breastfeeding and, all that. So that was really unfair. And that was a red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else I remember about the fact that Bumpy was never supportive of Sophia or never in her defense is also when Bumpy's mom told Sophia that she is, what word did she use? Is she disrespectful or what? She said disrespectful like her mom. After Sophia's mom went and caused a scene at Bumpy's place. So the Bumpy's mom told Sophia that she thinks Sophia is as disrespectful as her mother. And Bumpy was quiet.
He never defended her. Yeah, that was so wrong.
In fact, he asked her to leave. Why would you ever go back? Oh my goodness. The mother-in-law doesn't want you.
But you're still there hanging in. You're hoping, Mama. I think she was, what I got is, she was hopeful. I don't know. She was just delusional. That is the word I would use.
That is huge. She desperate because at one point she says, so she says, when he stopped communicating, now she started begging.
Yeah.
She actually used the word begging for communication, begging that he would eventually choose her. At one point, she said that, hoping when he was cheating, she said, I was just hoping that eventually he would choose me and decide it.
How long, sweetheart?
But why should he choose?
Yeah.
Why should there be options for him?
And then why should you beg for love? So
at
the end of the day, someone who really loves you will never put you to that situation.
Never ever.
Yeah, never ever.
Never ever. You're not a choice on a list of options. No, you are the only.
Yeah,
you're the only.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you don't beg for anything. You receive.
Yeah.
Just receive. Receive love.
Receive
communication. Receive,
Yeah, someone gets to spend time with you. You're begging them to like spend time. So, please come. Can I come over this weekend?
They were sitting outside Sophia's gate.
Yeah.
So, late into the night. Because Sophia cannot go to his house because the daughter is there.
It's not the daughter. It was definitely the baby mama.
I think so too. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, because even Sophia really at one point she thought, who's cooking for the baby? Who's taking care of the baby while you're seated here with me till late in the night? And Bumpy convinces her that don't worry, when I get home, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll go and order some food for the baby. So another time, I think this is a red flag that Sophia missed. It's when she was sick. Remember that time that she was sick, and then the guy never showed up. No text, no calls, no nothing. And then afterwards, after she has been discharged from the hospital, he comes back.
back to,
like,
picking
back
it
to
up
her.
from where they left.
Baby girl, yes, alive and kicking.
Okay, I love stories from girls. Sophia, kudos Sophia. The description was perfect. You know how she described how Bumpy's return was? That morning after she's been discharged, her mom is walking her to the bus stop, and then her mom just sees her walking into Bumpy's car. It's like the mom was also surprised by seeing Bumpy's car and then Sophia walking.
The mom was actually mad. It was like, what's wrong with this girl? This man has not been there for you.
Oh my God, that
Here
was
you
sad.
are.
That was sad.
Very sad.
That was very sad.
Yeah.
That was sad. It's funny when you picture how it happened, but it's sad.
It's very sad.
Mm.
Yeah.
A man should not disappear when you need him the most.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then remember, he had shown capability of being there for when she's in a vulnerable state. Like at that time when she was having a divorce, an abortion. Yeah. So it means he's capable of doing it, but he just chooses.
Yeah, this time he wasn't like, he just chose to stay MI.
And that was sad.
Very.
That was sad. I don't think I'd look for that guy ever again.
Same here.
Sick and admitted.
Yeah. Like that time, I was so mad when I was listening to it. Like, Sasa, now this is the time. Sophia is like,
you have a good reason.
Bye, boy.
Bye, bye. Yeah. And then she comes and just walks into his car and life goes on. And unfortunately, that's the same day that she had the drama about being told she's disrespectful. Yeah. And again, she was asked to leave.
And then she also like got back.
Yes.
She went back again.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing up that part. That is another red flag. So Sophia and Bumpy got back together because Bumpy bumped into her in the street.
And told her, I was actually going to call you.
Imagine that.
It doesn't make sense. If he hadn't seen her, would he have called her?
I don't know.
Like, for real? I don't think so.
I don't, because you see, she even found him chatting with a bunch of other women. Yeah. So he was quite busy. He was not thinking about her.
Yeah.
He just happened to literally bump into her. That was a good pseudonym by the Jules, Bumpy. Yeah, because it's like it started with a bumping into her.
Yeah.
The relationship was sustained by him bumping into her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was bad. It was a red flag. And I think also the time after Sophia left, and then they had stayed, I think, for some months, Bumpy not seeing her, Bumpy not communicating with her, and then Sophia called to ask for some documents that were missing.
Yeah.
That is when again the communication again picked up.
Yeah.
Bumpy actually said, "Let me come and visit."
Yeah. Now they went for lunch.
Yeah. So if Sophia hadn't made that call again, I don't even think Bumpy.
You would have got like bumped back to his life.
She was so busy chatting other women.
Yeah. So another red flag I remember is, you see, that time when Bumpy asked Sophia for like a break. What man that loves you would ask you to, take a break from the relationship?
What was the break about? Was it about the kid? Because Sophia...
No, because the Bumpy had issues with the baby mama.
With the baby mama.
The excuse was, as in, the baby mama was saying, Ati, if Bumpy doesn't stop Sophia from from coming to his place, then he won't be seeing the child.
Oh yeah, he won't be seeing the child.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, he blamed Sophia for that.
Yeah.
He says, "You're the reason why I'm being threatened." Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but this is your woman. If he really loved her, he could have defended her and told the baby mama, "You do whatever you want to do, but this is my woman."
Personally, I think if anyone is getting into a situation where there is a child involved, you need to be mature. You as the woman who's coming in need to be very mature and set the ground rules from the beginning.
Yeah.
Ensure that this guy has his house in order. It's about visiting days, terms and conditions, and it's something, the co-parenting is something that they've actually done for a while, and they found a rhythm that works. Then now you get into that. But in this chaos,
it's a lot.
It's just too much, and there's no winning. You can't win over someone's daughter.
You can't, because it's like you're telling them to choose.
I actually listened to another episode on Jules, just full caption, and that man was saying that man also has a baby mama, and now he's with another woman, and he was saying the other woman, now the new lady, was asking him, who's your priority? Is it me,
or your daughter,
or your children, or your other wife? Because the other wife was quite active in the relationship.
picture.
Yeah, in the picture. Not a relationship, but in the picture. So there's 3 parties. Is it me, the ex, or your kids? And the man's answer was that all of you, I don't have a number 1 priority. All of you are the same priority.
Oh my goodness.
Imagine, imagine, like you're in constant competition with the other wife, with the former lady. So I think
that brings a lot of question marks.
I mean, for Sophia's case, it was even worse because they were not even both priorities. I mean, it was clear what the priorities were. Yeah.
Yeah. So
red flag.
that was a lot.
Red flag. Another red flag I think was I don't know what I don't know whether to call it a red flag, but I think it's a red flag. The baby mama said that Bumpy had promised her marriage. And Sophia, within a few months of the relationship, was saying she was discussing marriage with Bumpy. Yeah, I feel like Bumpy was using this "I'll marry you" card to reassure the women. Whenever something has happened, he has cheated, he's been caught, there is some instability, he would say, "I'll marry you," and and I think the woman would feel
so that you can feel like you're special.
Yes.
Because the other ones, they can stay over there, but I'm the missus.
He has
I'm going to
chosen
be
me.
the missus.
Yes, and then also you get it. So anakutuliza now, I'll marry you. And then also the kind of marriage that Sophia is describing she had. She says later on, Jules just, I think she probed once and then went back to it again, just to find out what she means by she was married. She's saying the marriage was there was theirs from her side, met was theirs from Bumpy's side.
So there were nothing else. No document. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember like documentations of marriage or anything.
Or even dowry. I don't know. She didn't describe. But there's usually that first meeting of, is it introduction? You're getting to know
each other from both sides.
Yeah. So I didn't hear her mention dowry. So I don't know if it was paid.
I don't even know.
Yes. So I was having a little bit of a problem when she kept saying my husband and our marriage. I feel like pia hapo tu alichezewa.
And then before that, you remember Bumpy was asking Sophia that he wanted to bring another woman, a woman who is going to introduce to the family, and like who is going to be like a wife in quotes, proper wife. But Sophia is going to be the person that he's staying with.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
That was just isn't even a flag. Actually, that's not even red. And Sophia was even struggling to explain how that relationship is going to be, because she kept saying, Bumpy told her she will be the first wife, but the family will know this other woman as the first wife.
How?
As in you, Sophia, in your heart, just know you're the first. Inside your heart.
Inside our hearts. Mine. For him, Bumpy knows it's Sophia.
I acknowledge in our hearts as the first wife, and to the world, she's the first wife. So I think after the introduction of the second wife story, that's when now threesomes were brought into play. I think this man was very crafty. He looked for the perfect opportunity to introduce the talk about threesomes. Yes, because he looked for a reason why he should bring up a second wife, and that was because Bumpy's mom didn't like Sophia. Then after that, now let's do threesomes so that we can identify our third partner. Our third partner.
Oh my God.
That was a red flag, because I think, as we said, men are selfish. I don't understand the culture of threesomes, maybe because I'm not a Gen Z. But it's a bit hard to imagine that your man. Anyway, the beauty of the threesomes in this case is that it was 2 women. It was not 2 men and a man. Also a bit selfish. So that was a red flag. And during those threesomes, Sophia says that man would immediately give the other lady girlfriend duties. For example, oil my back. Hey! What's that touching my man's back? Let alone oil my back, or cook us dinner, or would you like to stay the night?
I feel like it was an excuse for him to just continue his bad behavior of cheating.
of cheating and having many
many
women at a time.
Yeah, definitely.
Just
Because it's
having
like,
them
oh,
legally.
you've given it's like you agreed to it.
Yes.
It's like you've given the leeway. It's not bad.
And remember, he told Sophia, if you don't look for these women, I'll look for them. And then and then at one point, I think he told Sophia, I think you're supposed to be here to do what I need to be happy.
It was like it's about him.
It's about him. That was
what about
huge
Sophia?
red flag.
He wasn't thinking about her.
Yeah, that was a huge red flag. He did, and Sophia had her boundaries at that time. She said she's not comfortable with it, but Bumpy pushed. He didn't care about her boundaries. That is a red flag. A man who doesn't care about your boundaries.
Yeah,
I think it should even include the type of intimacy you want.
Yeah.
Kama kuna styles zingine you can't do, please. That's a boundary.
And a man who loves you will be totally okay with it.
Yes,
they
will try. I won't say totally okay, to be honest, but they will try.
Totally okay.
They won't be totally.
Oh yeah, they won't be totally okay, but they will appreciate. They will, I think, be okay that you're not okay with it.
They'll just be okay.
It's bad for them, but
they'll make a compromise.
Yes,
I think maybe something like that.
The word. Compromise.
But this one said, if you still want me and you want to make me happy,
it's like a threat. He was actually threatening her.
Ah, poor little girl. Actually, she went on Tinder to ask for women to come for threesomes. And she says her inbox was full. Hey, Kenya.
Bumpy, the same guy used to like go to her own the account and also like get those women and also like sleep with them.
You know, I mean,
that man made me so sick.
I think that's just again. Bumpy is showing Sophia that I need this so badly that I can't even wait for you to find the girls. If you delay, I'll find them myself. In fact, Sophia used to find them in the house without her knowledge. She'd come from work and find a woman, and Bumpy would be like, "Oh,
hi, babe.
Today is the day."
It's like, what will you do now?
Yeah, you know, that's a red flag because we say, if someone wants to get intimate with you, say later in the day, he starts preparing you from the morning. You'll see the kind of talks they're having. You'll see the kind of jokes, the texts. The looks. Yeah. So even you, by the time you're coming, you know, Les going down, you know. Yeah. But Bumpy didn't even prepare her. Sophia just walked in and found a third party.
Today we are doing the threesome, and that's just
that's unfair. I think that Bumpy should write a book. Tell us what was going on in his mind. Yeah.
Oh, another thing was, you remember that time Sophia found messages and pictures, nudes of other women all over, you know, Bumpy's phone. And then, you know, he asked Bumpy to like delete and not communicate to these women. And then 2 weeks later, it was back to normal.
And he was telling them, "I'm sorry guys, I had traveled for a while. So I'm back." Imagine that's how he was picking up the conversations. So he's a pro. These things are coming so easy to him. Me personally, I feel like Sophia was beaten even before this struggle started.
Yeah.
Like, this battle, the man was at 10, she was at 0.
It was a losing one.
It was a losing battle.
Another, I think, bigger. It's bigger.
Bigger bed sheet. 7x8.
Red flag is when like Bumpy, when I was listening to the episode, Bumpy had hit her so many times.
Oof.
Yeah, and Sophia, she just kept on, you know, like forgiving him. That was too much.
Yeah, and that is also another sad flag. Honestly, it shouldn't get to violence.
Yeah, it doesn't have
if you don't want her, I mean, let the girl go. And even how it started, most of the time she was being hit because of women, because she found a woman still at home. She found him cheating. And he would beat her. But on that note also, Bumpy's mom was living in the same compound as Bumpy and Sophia.
Yeah.
You want to tell me she never once heard Sophia screaming?
And she never came out.
Because we don't see anywhere where she came to intervene. In fact, I hear when Sophia says when she used to go talk to her about the violence and about the troubles they were having, Bumpy's mom would tell her, "You are
like the cause.
Temper, yeah. Your temper is the issue."
It's like you're the one who is making him hit you.
Exactly.
He was blaming her.
Exactly. So I think apart from the fact that Bumpy was hitting her, he was also being enabled. Yes, someone was supporting it. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of it, Bumpy's mother never liked her. So she could, from the beginning, I don't think he could ever like come for her defense or anything.
But she says somewhere in the middle, she was convinced that Bumpy's mother accepted her because she would send her out for errands. I mean,
that is using her.
Exactly. Who says that is love?
It's not.
And also, Bumpy's mom used to tell Sophia, whenever you and Bumpy have a problem, don't tell outsiders. Tell me. Let's solve it in-house. That's another thing. I feel some type of way about. Honestly, you shouldn't be. This idea of the African culture telling you where you're married, that's your home, and affairs about your marriage should remain on that side of the family. Who says you leave your home?
No.
You just leave, how do I say it? Like artistically or something. But in reality, your home where you came from is still your home. And your mom is your mom.
Yeah.
I believe most moms would have their children's back.
Definitely.
So if you're going to tell Bumpy's mom that Bumpy has done wrong, that mom will have the son's back.
Definitely.
I don't see how a mother-in-law will come to your defense.
And
even if they do,
I don't think it's a big percentage. Just 1 in 10.
I will stop there.
Let's leave it at that.
For reasons well known to me.
Let's leave it. Put a full stop to it at that point.
I need to go home and access the house tonight. Yeah, that was sad. The mother enabled it. Sorry. And also, when Sophia was being hit, Bumpy would take the child. When the child was born, Bumpy would take the baby to the mom. And then Sophia, after being beaten, would go and pick up that child. And still that lady, we're not told that she asked anything. And Sophia says even workmates would see a black eye or what, and she would make people who she worked for would see the black eye, and she would make her excuses. So Bumpy's mom was not seeing that black eye.
He was.
That's
just
another
ignoring
huge red flag.
Yeah.
Huge. This boy is allowed.
Yeah.
So violence. Femicide and femicide.
Yeah.
Starts with violence. Stopping violence.
True.
Yeah, okay.
What is then?
On the same note of violence, you know, rape came in.
Yeah.
Rape came in. And it was not, I don't know whether to call gentle rape. You know, in marriage, there is a gentle rape where maybe the lady is not 100% into it, but she just says, okay, since I've been saying no for the past 2 days, we might as well just, and she acts, it's not violent, but she's not okay with it. So to some extent, some people would argue that is rape, but this one, she was choked, and pinned to the wall, and he had her way with her in that state. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why are people like this walking freely?
Yeah, that is so wrong.
The depiction. Sophia, thank you for the description. I mean, we can see the picture. It was just not kawaida rape as we know it in marriage.
Yeah.
That was violent.
But the moment as a woman you say no, that's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you see, you can say no and he insists. Day 1 you said no, day 3 you said no, but he just advances, and then you're like, okay, just continue. You see, in a way, yes.
But this one for Sophia, it was too much.
This was violent. It's like a stranger who's found you in a dark corner somewhere
and trying to take advantage of you. But here, this Sophia is his wife, the mother of his child. The second, he had other children anyway. So
that's the point. We shouldn't leave
it out. She didn't deserve that.
No, she shouldn't. She shouldn't. Shouldn't have to go through that. Baka nimesikia 2 chills.
Gosh.
Yeah. So, rape, and then also her being told she's not being submissive. I think the fact that Sophia came from a single parent home, that was being used against her all the time.
Even the mother, Bumpy's mother, she used to use that a lot on her.
I don't think it's
like
fair
that's
to
a crime. You didn't choose to.
No one chooses to be brought up in such a home. Nobody wakes up and says, "Daddy, leave." You usually just find, okay, that one has gone. oh, he's come today, and and life goes on.
Life goes on. Ama, you find out like your mom, even you don't know your dad.
Exactly.
Yeah. You just found you and your mother.
Mom. Yeah.
What will you do?
Yeah. And so if you're going to cancel every woman who's been brought up in a single parent home, then it means we won't have relationships.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean, my first interview question is, did you live with your mom and dad? No. Oh, honey, no. You'll be disrespectful. You didn't see a good example of submission, because that is what Bumpy was saying. Sophia, you do not know
what submission
is. So now Sophia was there learning from Bumpy what submission. You do not learn from your captor.
Yeah, Bumpy was just walking all over her. That is not submission.
Teaching her submission?
No.
This man really picked his prey.
Yeah.
He selected it very well.
Oh, so bad. Yeah.
And also why she was left, I think at one point, is because one of the reasons she's not submissive.
Yeah.
And also she's not peaceful. You know the way men say, we just want peace.
Yeah, but I think they have to create the environment for the peace to be there.
It's not, yeah.
It's not like it's my responsibility.
We don't produce peace.
Yeah.
Don't manufacture peace. Yeah.
It's like a machine or a whatever factory that is going to produce and manufacture. No.
And also the thing, you can see that Bumpy is very controlling and domineering, because when remember that girl whom he brought and they started being touchy in the living room after Sophia had told the girl that they have finished the threesome business. The girl insisted on visiting, and also Bumpy used to chat her, saying that no, they are okay with the threesome. Eventually, when the girl came, they were touchy with Bumpy when Sophia was cooking. So when Sophia later asked this girl, why did you still come and do that after I told you that we are not doing it? The girl said, Bumpy told me you're doing it, and Bumpy is the man.
Yeah.
You see how he's selecting his women?
Yeah.
Women who will fall for that narrative of a man.
A man. You should follow whatever the man says. I know.
It's very crafted.
Yeah.
Sophia, those are red flags.
Yeah.
Those are red flags.
Yeah. So what's your take home? Me,
I
have a lot.
Me, my take home was what Sophia's mom had told her when she started seeing her with Bumpy. She said, after now she had aborted, she said, you're in your 20s, enjoy life, make money, grow. Please, in our 20s, you date, okay? But try to be careful knowing that you're vulnerable at that point in time. And also, I mean, you don't go dating a 31-year-old when you're just 20.
Absolutely.
You know, 20 is a time for you to grow.
Get to even know yourself.
Know yourself.
Yeah.
Know the kind of men you like.
Because at 20, you have no idea.
What are you doing getting married at 20 to a 31-year-old? Yeah. So that for me, that is my take home.
Take home. Okay. So for me, I feel like Sophia was like mostly in her head. You see, like the way you hope and dream of like waking up to a man who is supportive, who is caring, who is, considerate of you. And this man had never like shown that. So in what reality are you looking, for it from?
He was showing it in pulses, just enough for Sophia to stay.
Alikuwa anapima. There was nothing. Because for me, like for me, love feels like it's a doing world. Does your action match your words? Yeah. So what is the reality here? For Sophia, felt like the reality wasn't matching his words.
True. Saying he chooses her.
Yeah.
And anytime he did something good, it was after he's been caught cheating. Even him asking her to move in, it was after he had been caught cheating. So really, you can't count that as a depiction of his love for her. Yeah. Moving in by day is not love. Being told to move in is not love. You're going to wash dishes and wash clothes and cook.
You're going to be doing the wifely duties, and he's not like
husband.
So another thing I took home is you can't be the only one putting in the effort, because I feel like Sophia was only the one, trying to fix things. Yeah,
putting the effort and sacrificing
a lot.
She sacrificed her youth. She sacrificed her body by carrying that pregnancy, agreeing to
her dignity, allowing for the
threesomes. She even went ahead even to tell the girl. Now, remember that time she was pregnant, to tell the girl, now I'm not able to perform my
Yeah,
duties.
now
Please come and
who
oh my
does that?
goodness.
Yeah.
She gave up so much.
So much, yeah,
So
that
much.
was a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, this story was so heartbreaking
And
and
with a lot of
sad.
details.
It was so heartbreaking and sad. Yeah, and lastly, for me, what I can tell someone who is going through maybe something like this one or something similar. Sometimes as women, we don't, if it's you're thinking about you, you don't take it seriously. Try and put that scenario for someone that you really love dearly. Like if you're a mom, put your child there and be like, if it was my daughter who was being treated like this and she came to me with this story, how would I react? Would I still tell her, oh,
That's
forgive this man, go and pray for him?
That's
You
a
see?
good one. That's a good one. You could be willing to sacrifice you as yourself.
You as a self.
Yeah, but for you to like have a sober mind,
yes.
Put someone else in that position, someone you care about. I love that.
Yeah, this has been a very interesting conversation.
It sure was.
Yeah. We listen,
but we don't judge. Honestly, we were not judging Sophia. We are just picking the points that maybe some of us can look at in the future.
Yes. Yeah. I'm glad that you managed to come to the show. Thank you.
First time on set.
Yeah. So how does it feel?
Now that it's over, I feel good.
Yeah.
But before, I was nervous.
I should invite you in future.
We'll discuss
that behind the scenes.
Yes.
All right. I hope this episode was helpful to someone out there. And for those who didn't listen to the Sophia and Bumpy episode, we're going to make sure that we link it below in the description box. So make sure you go and listen to it as well and learn a thing or two. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing and telling a friend to tell a friend. That's it for now. See you on the next one. Mwah.
Bye.